Hello everybody, Jason Napalm here, and today's video is going to be about TRT, or testosterone replacement therapy. Now the question is, if a person takes Testogel or testosterone gel or tablets or so forth, does that mean that they're not natty, that they're not natural? If I was to take this, would this make me on PEDs, okay, performance enhancing drugs? Would that put me on the same level as a person who was on trenbolone, or any other type of performance enhancing drugs? Would that put me on the same level if I was to take Testogel? Now, Testogel is a steroid, it's a synthetic steroid, but it all comes down to the dosage that you take, because Testogel in itself, or testosterone therapy in itself, if you take a low enough dose, all it will do is just bring your testosterone levels up to normal levels. Okay, I was put on this because my testosterone levels were very low. I went on this for a couple of years, then I come off for a few months. When I come off Testogel for about a month and a half, nearly 2 months, my testosterone levels went down so low that they were on the same level as a 10-year-old boy, 10-year-old child. Okay, so you can see how badly my body needed the testosterone gel. Now, I microdose this. I only take 75 milligrams a week. Okay, the recommended amount is between around about 75 milligrams to 125 per week. Okay, and if you take just that amount, then your testosterone levels will stay within the normal range for the average person. And so therefore, if you used to be drug tested, it would still come up in a drug test, I believe, that your testosterone wouldn't be high, but it might come up just by the fact that having a blood test will tell that you've been taking Testogel. Okay, so if you was to do a competition or something, even if you took this and your levels were just normal levels as a result of taking Testogel, then it's possible you might get a reading that you're on steroids. Okay, so it's a bit debatable about, if you're a competitive bodybuilder, whether you could take, even microdose this, and whether you could get away with the fact that the testosterone levels are not too high, giving you a reading that you're on steroids. So by me microdosing this puts my testosterone in a level that is equivalent to, I don't know, 18-year-old to 25-year-old male at optimum testosterone levels. Okay, so does this make me a fake natty? Okay, does this make you a fake natty? Because we hear of people like Alan Richardson, who plays Reacher. He's on testosterone gel or injections, and we hear of other people, Chris Hemsworth and Hugh Jackman, and other actors as well, that are on testosterone replacement treatment, Joe Rogan as well. Now, does that mean that they're not natural as well? Well, it all depends on how much they're taking. Jack Reacher, Alan Richman, he said that he's on about 200 milligrams. He was on 200 milligrams a week. Okay, maybe between 200 and 250. Now, it is said that if you take 200 or more, that is what is needed for muscle growth. Anything below 200 milligrams a week is not going to result in any significant muscle growth. All this is going to do for you is give you energy, vitality, mental clarity, and recovery. Okay, it's going to give you the recovery and all the benefits of being young. Okay, being your young teenage, young male, young man, young, male self. Okay. So in that sense, it is natural. it's natural. But when you start taking more than 200 milligrams or 200 millilitres a week, and you start bumping it up up to about 500 and even beyond, where some people take up to 4,000 a week, then you're definitely on PED territory, performance enhancing drugs territory, and you definitely are classed as a steroid user. Okay, you're not natural anymore. Anything above 200 and onwards, that's not natural. Okay, so we are quick to rush sometimes when we hear someone say, I'm natural, and then upon further investigation they say, well, I am on TRT. Then sometimes people are quick to say, they're on steroids, they're not natural anymore. But like I said, if all this is doing is putting you in the normal category of the range of testosterone that is normal, then it wouldn't be classed as unnatural. So I take this, and to be honest, it hasn't caused me to have any significant muscle growth that I thought it might do, because I'm not dosing on enough. Like I said, 75 millilitres a week, okay, and it just helps me just be more youthful, energy-wise, and in my brain and stuff like that. So I would class that as natural. If you're taking less than 200 of this, I would safely say if you're taking 150 at the max, then you could be still classed as natural. So before we accuse people of being on the equivalent of steroids when they say they're on TRT, you need to find out how much they're on. So there we go. But I do recommend it. Like I said, if I didn't take this, my testosterone level was the equivalent to a 10-year-old boy, and that's not good for me at my age of being 53. Okay, so I do recommend Testogel to people that are low in testosterone, just to bring you up to a healthy level. Okay, a healthy level, and that can depend. The numbers depend on whether you're from America or from whether you're in England. And in Great Britain and England, the levels that we use is between 6.7, I believe it is. It might be 7 now. Nanomoles per deciliter, 7 and 31, and mine was 4. Okay, so mine was very, very low. So this will put mine up to around about 31, 32. Okay, so it may just peak. I've got mine at the optimum level of taking it. So there we go. You can be natural and take Testogel. Just make sure that you're microdosing and not taking too much. Let me know what your thoughts are. Have you got any experiences taking Testogel, the patches or the injections or whatever you might be taking? What's your experience? Have you noticed any significant muscle growth? Have you noticed the benefits of the clarity of mind, the energy, recovery and things like that? Or have you had adverse effects? I will say that I would not recommend taking this if you have been diagnosed with cancer or any tumours or any growths, because this can cause them to grow if you take too much. So I personally wouldn't take any at all if I had any tumours or any cancers and stuff, because it's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay, see you in the next video.